You are where you are in life because on some level, you want to be there. You feel like the life you live is the life you deserve. That's what I'm going to talk about today in this video. I'm going to dive into the relationship between your identity and your circumstances and goals. But before we get to that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Smash that like button. I'm getting back on the YouTube, so if you want me to keep going, make sure to support by doing all of the things. Okay, so the original statement I'm talking about in this video is the fact that wherever you are in life, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your career, the amount of money you make, your fitness, everything from top to bottom is a reflection of the way you see yourself. And even if you don't like your life, on some level, you want to be where you are because you need your circumstances to match your identity in the way you view yourself. So take something like money, for example. A lot of people will say, I don't get paid enough. I don't get paid what I'm worth, which is the exact opposite of the truth. If you make a voluntary agreement with a company to get paid $20 an hour, you literally feel like the skills you have to offer are worth $20 an hour, or else you wouldn't accept that job. Now, even if you're shaking your head a little bit, I have an example that will actually help solidify this, right? So there are certain wages that you won't work for, right? If someone says they'll hire you for $2 an hour, you'll probably say no because you do feel like that is beneath you and beneath your value, right? But getting a moderate amount of money instead of the ideal amount of money you think you should have, that's a reflection of what you actually think you're worth. So until you change yourself in the way that you view your skills, you're not going to make more money. Even in my own business, I realized I was getting caught in different beliefs where, my business had been doing six figures for the past couple of years, and I started to identify as someone who was worth six figures. So when I wanted to scale my business beyond to seven figures, which is my plan now, I'm starting to think of myself as someone who is worthy of making millions. And as soon as I saw myself as someone worthy of making millions, all of a sudden these different opportunities to make money just popped up. All of a sudden I started making a lot more money, a hell of a lot faster, because I got it in my head that I deserved those rewards. The next example we'll talk about is relationships. A lot of people have negative relationships in their life and they hold on to people who shouldn't be there. And a major reason why is because on some level, they don't value themselves, right? So if you allow someone to not only be in your life, but stay there who's treating you poorly, that's a reflection of your low self-worth. Because if you had high self-worth, you would create boundaries and you wouldn't let people into your life who treated you poorly. And you certainly wouldn't keep them in there. So again, it's all about this concept of everything in your life being a mirror. When it comes to your relationships, this is very true. When it comes to the money you make, it's very true. And when it comes to the overall circumstances of your life, it's very, very true. So there are a lot of people who I use the word loser, not because I think anyone is inherently better or worse than anyone else, but I consider some people losers when they just decide to throw in the towel, not have any goals, not work on themselves, not put themselves out there, remain in their little shell and get nothing done, even though they know they could be doing more. That is a loser's mentality. So why would someone want to be a loser if there was the possibility of winning, right? So one of the strange things about staying in your comfort zone, familiarity, living below your potential, is that even if you don't like your life, you can make sense of your life. It matches the way you see yourself, so it's not an issue. So for you to ascend to higher levels in your life, you're going to have to change your identity, and changing your identity puts you in the path of uncertainty. Changing your identity puts you in the path of having to do things that might be psychologically or emotionally difficult for you to do. So you prefer to be a loser. You'd rather be in this spot that you are right now than level up because of what leveling up entails. So as weird as it sounds, you have kind of this strange love affair with being mediocre. So what are you supposed to do about all this though, right? Because deep down, I think you agree with me. Deep down, you realize that your life circumstances aren't the way that they should be because on some level, you just want to stay there. You don't want to level up. You don't want to expose yourself to pain and ridicule and embarrassment or whatever you're going to have to go through to level up and reach new heights, right? So what do you do about this? First of all, I'm going to tell you this is not something that's easy to do. This is something that most people really never accomplish. But one of the ways to force yourself to change is to change your mindset around change itself, right? So in your mind, you might think that you want to change. Most people think they have the desire to change, when in reality, the thing you want more than anything else in this life is to stay the same. So your starting point is understanding that change is the last thing that you want. So that makes you treat it as more of a dire situation because you know you're going to have to fight against your own inertia, right? I read this really good quote from someone on Twitter, and he basically said, you would rather die than put yourself in an embarrassing situation. You would rather die than make these huge public mistakes because at least if you don't put yourself out there, no one else knows that you're a loser. No one else knows that you lack the confidence to do what you want. But the minute you put it out there for public consumption in whatever way, that now exposes you so that other people know. So you have to realize just how much of a hindrance your own limiting beliefs are, and you have to fight like HELL to overcome them. And the answer to fixing all of this, I don't like the concept of faking it until you make it. Because when you are attempting to change your behaviors, there's nothing fake about it. You're just acting in ways that you are not yet accustomed to acting. That's all that's going on. So the process of change involves you taking the behaviors of the person you want to be like and acting those behaviors out, even though it feels unnatural. So it's not fake. You're just trying something different, right? So if you're shy, going to a conference somewhere and walking up to everyone, making eye contact, shaking hands, having good vocal tonality, standing up straight, all that stuff, it's not fake. You're just trying something that you haven't done before, right? So people will respond to you differently if you do things that way, but it doesn't mean that they're responding to someone who isn't you. They're responding to the new version of yourself that you're working on. If you want to put yourself out there in terms of business and try to get customers and try to get clients, you are going to have to put on that presentation that you are someone who's capable to deliver those products, skills, services, whatever. And you will get better at those by A, putting yourself out there, taking those shots, and B, you're backing it up by continuing to get better every single day. So you level up, you do some of the typical self-improvement things that can help you escape loserdom, right? You could read books, you could start to develop profitable skills, you could watch videos like this, but then you want to take it to the next step and basically throughout your entire day, think about the person that you want to become, and in every single situation, do what that person would do. So if you're trying to become a motivated person, every single situation in your life, say, what would a motivated person do in this situation? Would the ideal version of myself go to the gym or skip? Would the ideal version of myself speak up and ask for what I want or keep quiet? Would the ideal version of myself spend time working on a business or skills versus watching TV? So you frame all your decisions based on that person you want to be, and then the universe will catch up, right? So first you have to become a millionaire in your mind if you want to become a millionaire in reality. First, you have to become someone who is worthy of having good people in their life before they get into your life. So it's all about having this mentality like, okay, you wake up in the morning, you tell yourself that you are the SHIT, and then throughout the entire day, you back it up by asking yourself, what would someone who is the SHIT do in the situation? And regardless of how you feel, you just do it. There is no easy answer other than to throw yourself into the fire. Another great quote I heard was, speed into the curves of life and trust that your imagination will keep you on course. So imagine the person you want to be, filter all your behavior through that lens, and then you will level up to new heights and you'll get those rewards because you genuinely feel like you deserve them. Okay, if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. That notification bell is very important. Drop a comment. Tell me some video ideas that you'd like me to run with and I will shoot more. I'm back on my YouTube grind. I really love doing this, so I will see you on the next video.